Yo, 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 it's your boy SHNEAKY from R&R, recognition and respect. Tune in every Monday from 8 to 9 to catch up with me and my adventures and hear from my guests ranging from artists to entrepreneurs and much, much more. Catch us every Monday of the week on the west side of the after party. See you at the party, y'all. What's up, everybody? How are you all doing? It's a beautiful Monday night. The weather was freaking incredible today. A little cold, a little windy.
It was super cold.
You were cold, huh? You were cold. All right. Before we get to my guest today, I do have some sponsors I need to give a shout out to. Do Drop Delights, home of the Wake and Bake Bar. I just got some cranberry white chocolate Wake and Bake bars, and honestly, oatmeal, dried fruit, awesome ingredients. They're not vegan though, so.
Are they natural?
I don't know.
What makes them not vegan? Do they have milk in them?
We'll get into it later. I'm pretty sure they have milk in them. But the edibles are bomb. They taste amazing. And honestly, they helped me out when I was sick and I couldn't smoke. And when I go to family functions and I can't be smelling of smoke, I like all the edible stuff. So thank you, Do Drop Delights. We were going to bring her on the 25th, but she's still growing as a business and has a lot of things going on. And I was able to reschedule Dwayne for the 25th instead so we could talk about Shade the musical. So I'm really excited that it all worked out like that. So stay tuned for that. Next sponsor, Night Fair Company, film, music production, and booking company. Get at them for all your visual needs. I just got recommended Flying Chimp Studios to a rapper homie of mine. He's going to try to do some drone work for them. It's still in the works. Not sure if it's confirmed, but that's the kind of stuff that we do. We promote each other. We try to get each other gigs. So if you're looking for video production, studio production, you need live sound engineer, you need live sound recording, or you need some booking, you need venues, you need acts, just get back to us and hit us up ASAP. And finally, last but not least, the Midnight Motives, my band. They have their new solo album called Visions, available on iTunes and Spotify, everywhere music's available. So support, share, stream, put it in your playlist. You know, we're really trying to promote everybody who's helping keep this show alive, keep the bills on, keep the lights on, keep Brittany satisfied, and I love it. I love it. We're creating economies out here, you know. We're building something like, and it takes work, it takes investment. So we're all doing our part. All my sponsors are doing their part. Super appreciate them. Without any further delay, I bring to you Kaycee.
Hey guys.
How are you? A little cold?
Thank you for having me. Not anymore. It's pretty nice in here, actually.
Yeah, I'm actually probably going to start getting sweaty. I'm going to take off my Men Are Trash sweater. Shout out La Gata.
So nice. I like this.
It's a good conversation starter, you know? It's definitely, yeah. They turn some heads like, yeah.
They're like, oh, that's true.
So we'll start it off the way we start all our other podcasts. So just who are you? What do you do? Introduce yourself. Get as metaphorical or as literal as you want.
Okay. I am a fashion designer by trade, a healer by nature, and I don't know, it's just an all-around like vibe maker, vibe curator, if I may. I just kind of go by life, like just letting my spirit guide me. And it's taken me a long time to really get down with myself. And so I'm just letting God. Just an extension of everyone. You know, I'm a reflection of everyone. And I'm the plug.
You're the
most
plug.
Of the time.
Yeah. The
yeah,
universal
conduit.
conduit. Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
It's a lot. It's pretty heavy, your description, and I know the backstories. No, I mean we're gonna have to work through it. So, fashion designer by trade.
By trade, yes.
And that's Kaycee Apparel. That's where that comes from,
that
right?
Is. Yes, that's the jacket that I'm wearing. You guys want one?
Oh,
I got you.
Oh, there.
All the ladies in there.
First plug. I wonder how many times we're gonna hear some plugs before.
You guys can take it off, like it's detachable. You can take off the bottom, wear it as a skirt. You got two pieces in one.
No.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
So how long have you been doing fashion? What was the first fashion piece that you did?
Oh, first fashion piece was, I think I was like 4 or 5, and I made a Barbie dress with my aunt, and it was like hand sewn. We used like the little machine and everything, and it was beautiful.
For a
And
Barbie, for a doll.
yeah, and it was a wedding dress, so it was just like it was always like go all out or just don't do something.
So it had like lace and gems and the whole deal. It was all
Yeah.
big.
Beaded. Yes, it was huge. Like they had like the longest tail of life.
Like no possible bride could ever.
Maybe like Princess Diana's.
Oh, okay, okay. I wouldn't know. I'm out of my league right here.
Oh my
But
bad. Well, no, hers is like huge.
she's a princess, right? So
Yes.
it's like only a princess.
And
Yeah.
in the 90s, like
Yeah.
when everything was just the wild, wild west.
It
and
was like
money,
bold
everything.
and
Yes.
big and.
Gucci, Versace. Fuck Gucci, my bad. Oh, can I cuss?
You're allowed to cuss.
Oh, okay.
We're on the internet.
Okay, cool.
First Amendment. First
Thank God.
Amendment rights. So 4 years old. So this has been a long time. This is, like you said, a
Yeah.
long journey. Like
Lifelong
so you were working
dream.
through that intro right here. We're working through that intro.
There it
Lifelong.
is.
There it is.
There it is.
So 4 years old. Do you want to say how old you are now?
Yeah, that's fine.
Or how old are you now?
I'm 30.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm bad at math. That's what, 26 years
26
in the
years.
making
Yep.
to this moment.
Yeah.
And
It's nice.
so from then, okay, obviously making a dress for a doll compared to what you do now with styling people, like that, there's like the goal of your art and your fashion and your intention of why you do things. You think it's changed much? Like, what do you think your goal is now, as far as like what your fashion is for? Like, what's the goal of your art, these days?
Okay, so I think there's a couple goals. It's to make other people feel really confident in themselves, men and women, and just kind of like let them express themselves as individuals, as who they are. Something that reflects how somebody feels or how they vibe that day or what they want the world to see in them. And I think that fashion is very therapeutic, and it can help you really define yourself and like show you like who you are. If you really use it as a tool, I think it can get, like I always tell people, tell me who you want to be and I'll show you how to dress.
Okay. Well, with that statement, I'm going to save that for later because that's like a later conversation that I definitely wanted to have because obviously I need a lot of help with my dress. But
I mean, no, you're doing really good with that sweater, though.
I'm trying. A woman made this, so I'm getting it together.
There you go.
No, but I just got teased recently. Well, I wouldn't say teased, but my homie face was like, "You have a weird style," and for me, it's like I don't know. Yeah, I'm a child of the 90s,
A
so
compliment.
like, yeah, I guess I don't know. I didn't feel like one. So wait, you said confidence and beauty and pretty, and that's some of the stuff I like sexy and pretty, and is that where the healer comes in?
Yes, definitely. I just find joy in making people feel good. Like the way that I smile, I want everybody to feel like that smile. It's nice to like really, really meaningfully like mean a smile. Like it just brightens up people's days. The most inexpensive thing that you can do to brighten somebody's day.
Is what?
Smile.
Oh.
It's contagious.
And you think like you're making it happen right now, but you think and you've seen people when they're dressed well, it makes them happier. And
yeah, they look at themselves in the mirror and they're just like, shit, that's me. That's me.
Yeah.
It's like, it's who they see. Should I do the same thing?
I think you're fine.
Okay. It's like who they see in their heads reflected back at them.
I feel you. Like the Matrix, like when you plug in, you're in like your ideal self.
Yes.
That's the trip.
That's why I like the Matrix so much. But a lot of people are like, stay away from the Matrix. And I'm like, no, take the blue pill and the red pill.
Take all the pills. So, one thing that you didn't mention, I'm just wondering, like, because we've had conversations, right, about like challenging norms? You think is that? And I wonder, like, is
Mm.
that something that you just do kind of overt, like underneath, because that's just who you are in the fabric, or is that something that you consciously think about doing? Like,
Um, I
is it
think
inherent
it's
in you? You know, like,
yeah. I've always just kind of like been a little like soldier for justice.
yeah, yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
Libra, so I'm always like trying to think of like everything is balanced and beautiful, and um, and everything like in justice. You know, so if I see some shit that I don't like, I'm gonna say some shit.
Yeah.
And and then if you can't hear me, then I'm gonna show you, like through dress. That's the artist in me though. But I found that person a lot later on in life. Like at first it was more like I was learning how to do my craft so that I can be useful for someone. And
To sell
then
your labor.
yes, to sell my labor. Yeah, because it was like, you go to school, you go work for Chanel or you go work for these like big companies, Neiman Marcus, Barney. We had um, the CEO of Barney's come and speak at our graduation at FITM. So we were always looking up to those people. Those people were the ones that were supposed to save us, people like us who couldn't do it by themselves.
Right.
So the second best thing is to go work for someone big.
Who already has the machine established.
All of that. Yeah, who can give you security because that's what we want in this country is to be secure. Or that's
Right.
what our parents instilled in us.
Right, right. And I mean, it's nice to be stable and
Beautiful.
have, you know.
It's the most beautiful thing. I wish I was like I wish my biggest wish is to be ignorant. That I could just be so much better. But it's also the one thing that I never want to come true.
Right. I had an experience once where a friend of mine, one night we were talking about how she wants to open up her own practice and have this big building and be
Yeah.
servicing all these people. And then, a couple weeks, couple months went by, and we spoke again. And it was after a long night, and she was like, "I'd rather just be normal. Like, it's just so much easier, you know." And
It
like,
is.
I felt her like defeat in that. Like, she's like, "I know I could be extraordinary and do all this
Yes.
great shit, but it's so much easier to just be a
A
normal
status
person."
quo.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why people are like, just be normal. But it's like, I don't know how to do that. So
Right, right.
if I don't know how to do something, then obviously I'm not going to do it.
Or when I try to do that, I find myself super unhappy, unhealthy, in like a bad state of mind. Like I
Your
can't
body doesn't
survive. Like
allow it.
my mind, like
Yeah.
I have to like numb myself in order to be able to do like that kind of continuous day to day.
And that's why I talk all the shit that I talk because of all the words that you just said right now. I have to numb myself. Like all of those products are being pushed to us by marketing, by like media, by everyone, like to numb ourselves because it's easier just to numb yourself and to like just do what you're told.
Yeah.
That's the easy way. But if you reject those things, then you're not normal. Then you're like, you know, weird and all the
Or-
other shit that they want to say.
Or naive. Or,
Yes.
Or a
Pothead.
dreamer.
Yeah. An artist.
Unrealistic. A hippie.
Uh,
Communist.
the stupid shit. But it's like, no, like I really just believe in this and this is what I want to do. And I would rather live 30 years of living the way that I want to live rather than 100 years the way that somebody else wants me to live.
Right. And to no satisfaction of your like inner
Yeah.
purpose, almost
Yes.
your goal, right?
If the God inside of you, like,
Yeah.
then what's the point of all the blessings? You know?
Well, I think we've packed through that intro, so let's
Nice.
continue on to my next topic.
Oh,
So,
got it.
sex sells. This is something that we've talked about, and this is something that
And
I
it
wanted
is
to cover.
fun.
No, but I want to know: is that's a cool phrase? It's cool that people are able to, like, empowered people are able to exploit that. But is it right? Is that like I know, we've had these little debates about this, so I want to hear your perspective and kind of just want to tease out your kind of worldview so that when we talk about in segment 2 all the recent stuff, we can see where you're coming from with all that, you know?
Okay, so the sex for me, I think that when you are nude, you have nothing to hide behind. So that's when you're the truest form of you. That's the honest to God truth with the nakedness. But there's so many perverts out in the world that I need to make this money. And if you're going to be gross and if you're going to do all the shit that you do and go out of your way to just pay for this shit, then I'm going to at least make it artistic and I'm going to at least do it and give these girls dignity through it and make money off of these nasty ass motherfucking men.
Better trash. So is that why so much of your pieces are erotic and skimpy, and you use like very hot models?
Nudists. Yeah, it's for nudists, and it's not even the hot models. It's just they are confident in their bodies. I also did it with a girl that was plus size, and she was older. She's like 46, has no wrinkles in her face, like has the most beautiful energy and light, in like her personality just comes out through her. And she's the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. And we did a nude shoot, and she was like ecstatic, and she's never felt that confident. And it's because I gave her dignity, and I also brought her into a space where she was safe.
And comfortable,
yes, because I made her feel beautiful. And it was just because we were getting to know each other. I actually listened to her. Like, that's all people really need, is just to be heard. And if you just take the time to have a conversation with someone and to just help them, you know, work through the shit that they're working through, or just put good vibes in them, like, it just
could change their life.
It really could. And you don't even know it.
And you don't even have to know it.
Yeah, honestly. It just comes.
All right, so I have body types written down here.
Okay.
But I think we kind of talked about that already a little bit, obviously.
I mean, I think all women are beautiful. You have a shape.
And so as a fashion designer, do you just, you design 2 different body types? How does that work out? Like, is there different styles? Like, are there different? How do you take different approaches to different body types? How does that work?
Okay, so definitely for Kaycee Apparel, the brand, I make a lot of pieces that are interchangeable, like the jacket where I said you can take this off and wear it as a skirt. The space of the skirt is from here to here, so this can fit a lot of bodies. You know, and that's how you do things. You make them universal. You make them to fit their body, not for their body to fit your clothes.
Got it.
And that's Kaycee Apparel. So everything is kind of like you can adjust it. You can make it bigger here or bigger here, because women, you know, sometimes we have more up here. You know, we didn't make it to all the lines on time.
Right.
You know, we just made it either to just the ass line, just the titty line. You know, the ones that got lucky, they were there first.
They woke up early.
Yeah, they did.
They ran. They got their first pick.
That's what it was.
The artists were sleeping.
We were on Nocturnal. We were partying the night before.
Even this is big, become bigger.
Yeah, because it doesn't really have a seam. It doesn't really
hug you, right?
No, it's big. So this will fit an extra small through a medium. And then the other size would fit a medium through a 2XL. That's a big gap.
Right.
You know, and they still look good. They still look snug on everybody. I've had this jacket on, I think, 4 or 5 girls with very different body types. And it looked bomb on each one. And it's just,
you made this, you sewed it, you
did
everything.
Yeah, this was actually for my fashion show back in February of last year.
Where was that at?
At the Raw Artist Hollywood edition.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dope. And was that a good turnout? How did that turn out?
It was a beautiful beautiful show. Like, the vibes in that show were just there was so much energy and so much love, and all my models had the best time. They all felt confident. They wanted to wear their outfits out into the crowd to like mingle with the crowd because they just loved like being in those outfits that much.
But you had to be like, no, girl, I need this bag. I need this bag.
No, I was like, no, go sell.
Take those photos.
Yeah, that's what you need to do. You need to expose yourself. So, and they wanted to. They felt good, and I like people to feel good. And if they're gonna wear my clothes, I want them to wear it and like wear it in real like situations and like do real shit in them. Like,
right.
I don't like the superficial stuff where it's just everything looks pretty on a hanger.
Mm-hmm.
No, I like people to feel good and look good.
So, with that being said, what is style? Because I feel like I don't have it, or that it's like it's strange. It's weird. I always get comments from all of my circle about my style being the most loud or the most strange. So, what is style? Where does it come from? Why is style?
Okay, so style is the way that you perceive the world. And good style is being able to be universally satisfying to a lot of people. And fashion is just momentarily. Or trends are moments. And then fashion it's a whole world, you know? It's beauty, it's music, it's just everything that you experience. And then it's just put in little sections, just like us. You know, some people are this way and some people are that way. So back to like the sex thing, I don't know if it's good for everyone, but I know it's good for some. And so the
to
people
be able to sell their sex.
Yeah, so if you are down for it, then you know, I will empower you and more power to you. And thank you and I love you. And, you know, I appreciate you trusting me with this
Your
time.
Body,
Yeah. And for other women, or men, it's not good for them. And that's their perception on the world. And that's okay. Because they are where they are. And, you know, I don't want to push my beliefs on somebody else.
Right, and say everybody should sell their sex, and everybody should wear skimp and do nudes. Yeah, it makes sense.
If it's for you, it's for you, and if it's not for you, it's not for you.
So how do I find style? How do I get style? How do I become more stylish?
Can
you help me with that off air?
Definitely
can I talk to you a consultation fee? Figure it out.
I got you.
All right, cool, for sure.
But I think that style is just being confident in you and what you're showing people through, like, just visually. I think you can teach style and you can teach people how to wear stuff that's more to their body, flattering. I think that's the best word. Something that's more flattering.
Like when Reverie told me to wear XL, said like when she was selling me a shirt, she's like, I'd put you in an XL because I guess it was like better for my body type.
You have broad shoulders.
Yeah, most haven't been working out and eating well.
Yeah, but the broadest part of your body is your shoulders. So I would do stuff that, you know, showcases your shoulders. That way you're bringing your attention up here and you're diverting your attention from where you want to hide it.
Yeah, I like that. Hide it. All right, let's move on to the next segment of our show. I was telling you about the respect portion, you know, and I think like one of the reasons why I wanted to work with you and I really respected you and a lot of the stuff that we were trying to collaborate on was the fact that you had your own space, brick and mortar, Shanti Creative. So obviously Kaycee Apparel came first and then Shanti was born out of that. So let's talk about having a space and the goals of what was the goal of Shanti Creative, and obviously there were some challenges. So
a lot of challenges.
Yeah. Understatement. Challenges is a lot. Is an understatement. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Just breathe.
No, we're good.
Okay.
So Shanti Creative came from Just I worked corporate from when I graduated from FITM at 19, and then I started working as a design intern, and then just did wholesale business to business. So I have a sales background really in fashion more than design. So that's why I think that my artist came in later as well, because design, it was more, I did more fashion on the merchandising side than I did on the design side. Um, so Shanti Creative was a space for artists to collaborate in a space and just make really cool things. And being a sales rep most of my fashion career, it was just really easy for me to um, gain customers for artists that were doing really cool things and were, making sustainable clothing, or are making sustainable clothing, because we're still selling online. All of our artists make things out of upcycled and recycled materials, other clothes. Um, and that was a big thing for me in the corporate world. I used to make fast fashion. And that has so much waste, and it's so detrimental to the earth and to our health. And just the dyes from the fabrics. Have you ever seen people who have sometimes their hand is like white, and then it has pigment on the other side?
Yeah, no, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, well, it's like
All the
they
ladies in the
lose
studio are laughing at me. Why y'all laughing at me? I don't know shit about fashion, man. I'm trying to learn.
they lose like pigment. So some of it has been traced back to the dyes in our clothes from fast fashion. It's come a long way now, so now it's not as bad, but
Well, I actually looked into this H&M. I took my mom in there because I don't shop for clothes.
horrible.
But I took her in there because we were walking through the Citadel, and she was like, I'm looking for this cute jacket, whatever. So we walked in there, and I saw this big sign that was like, recycle your clothes, close the fashion loop, find out more, right? So I remembered that. I looked it up because I figured I was going to be talking to you, and like, what's the deal with that? Is that what you're talking about? Like, what's this loop? The fashion loop. They were talking about textiles ending up in landfills and all that. Is this the similar conversation that we're having here?
Yeah, and so like the statistics vary. It's like 70% supposedly ends up back in like landfills. That's a lot of clothes. 70% of like 100% of clothes that's made. If
And
you're
you could
thinking,
make more things from it, essentially, is what you're saying.
it's material. A lot of people barely use their clothes. They wear it like 4 or 5 times and they throw it away. They just kind of hoard onto a lot of stuff, because that's another thing that we're merchandise is like, have all this stuff so you can be happy. Buy all these brands so you can have style. Do all the stuff that the cool kids are doing, because the cool kids look like this and they look really happy. But it's like, no. That is bad for the earth. Like, don't do the stuff that the cool kids are doing. They are just going with the trend and just doing stuff that is superficially cool.
And so the goal of Shanti was to do real cool stuff.
Yeah, like have like real artists, real culture, like shit that's meaningful to us, make our childhood memories. Like, how happy were you as a child to like listen to, I don't know, like Tupac, Biggie, even when you started like listening to the really old school music from like your parents, because they were dancing around in the living room, or I don't know, just like memories that you have as a child that you were just really, really happy. Like, I want to do stuff like that, that make us happy in our childhood when it counts, because that's when we're still allowed to dream.
Right.
And so,
Just trying to take people back there.
Yes.
On that healing
mentally.
tip, yeah.
Yes. Yes, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. And have fun. Have like real legit fun, and like stop paying for all these bullshit experiences. And I just really wanted to give people a space to express themselves, to come into the shop and like our artists would come in and like make music. We had Justin, who's on tour with Boz right now. He was in the shop for like a week just playing his piano. And we were in the ghetto of Pasadena. But Pasadena is beautiful, even the ghetto.
Yeah,
and
no,
I loved
I heard
it
about
there.
that. They're like, that part's hood. When I told you where your shop was at, like, that part's hood. I was like,
But
okay.
it was a beautiful hood, and I just it looked like the people around there looked like the people that I grew up with.
Right.
You know, so I wanted to give back to them too, and like make them like come into the shop and see someone who's actually living out their dream, and they see it,
Right, yeah.
and they're like, I could do it too because he looks
Representation.
like
Yeah,
me.
yeah. And what were these challenges that you came across?
Oh, challenges.
I mean, obviously, we don't have to go into all of them. We could probably spend the whole hour talking about all of them.
Definitely. I think for me, definitely was motivation. I needed to push myself really, really hard a lot of the days because some days I would go in there with a plan and it was cool, and I, was knocking out my days like boom, 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 making money, cool. But then the days that I didn't have plan, it was like, okay, so I'm going to go to work and then see what happens.
And nothing would happen.
And because I wasn't planning anything to happen.
Right.
So of course not.
Yeah.
If you don't visualize something or you don't like have direction, then where are you going?
Right.
So that's what it was. It was like really focusing and planning ahead. And, I'm here now, but where do I want to be? And so where I want to be is going to lead me there. Regardless of if I don't have the things in between or if I don't have all of the money, it's easy to make it now. It's the internet. I just tweeted this. It was the internet was made for hustlers.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
It really, really is. Because you could slide into everybody's DM all over the world and somebody will talk to you. Somebody will talk to you. That's why I love like going on like Bigo Live or applications like that, especially where people are really looking to connect with each other.
Right, and that's actually one thing that I want to talk to you about was like social media, because I know we've had our differences of opinion on that and like how that works and generating content. Like this whole show is really my attempt to keep my Instagram page like updated, like I literally pay to be able to have alternative content that's different from music videos, where people can get to know me and people that I work with, and so it's not just random handles on Instagram or Twitter, like get real, more like an insight, right? So you have found success on other platforms that maybe are outside of the big three, that people
Focus
only
on.
use. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so how, I think those platforms could use a shout out, and maybe other people can benefit from these platforms. And how have you done it?
Okay,
or what do you find the benefit of these platforms?
For me, definitely, I am sales based for applications. If I can make $1 out of it, I'm gonna do it. And personally, Instagram was taking more of my dollars and was giving me less back. And so if I can do this for free, so I'm on Bigo Live and I live stream like about 2 to 3 times a day sometimes when I have a lot to say, or I'm doing a designer tour in downtown, or I'm at the Los Angeles Textile Showroom with Perla and we're going live stream and we're telling people about textiles, and then we're telling them about the importance of sustainability and like the A through Z's, wovens. Like we give so much information on that live feed, and it's because people are really there to see what other people do, and then they really come in and they join back and they come back, and that's been my experience with these apps is that people keep coming back.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
No worries.
So you're seeing a bigger return on that investment, and people are more engaging, and
Yes.
And you're directing them to your store, and they're buying stuff.
Yes. So I'm directing them to Poshmark and Depop is where I sell. So on Poshmark, I'm on there with Shanti Creative, and I sell all of our designers. And then on Depop, that's where I have Kaycee Apparel, and that's where it's just my stuff. But all of my designers are also on Depop. I like Depop.
As separate, like
yes.
as their own entities, so you can go just buy them if you want to.
Yes. Grosserona is out in Australia, so she does
And if
her
you're listening,
shipping.
shout out.
Grosserona, yes. She does her shipping out of Australia, so we're able to cover 2 territories. So the way that I use my apps is very like a plan on like making money every single time. If I'm on something and I don't see a return on investment, then I will not make it a priority.
Got it.
And so Instagram and Facebook are always looking for paid stuff because they're businesses and they need to make money themselves, and I understand all of that. But they are limiting the smaller people, and the smaller people were once the bigger people. And
on those platforms.
Yes.
That was the point, was to like level it out.
Right.
And now it's unleveled again.
Because it became more.
And that's why we're in those groups to try to like gain the system.
But I see that I don't even see it as like gaining the system, honestly, because it's so much work and you're on there all day because you're in those groups and it's 20 people that you have to like give love to and all those things. And I am one of those persons that like I really do mean my comments. When I comment on something, it's because I legitly fuck with it.
Right.
And I try to find something to say
and
that's
you can't.
more. Yeah, because some people just kind of like post stuff that's not so inspiring to me.
Right.
Best way to say
Which
it.
is why I get comments, because I'm always inspiring.
There you go. Yeah.
Well,
I like to mean my comments. I like to like be on there and be legitly social. And so I use my Instagram honestly and like I just slide into people's DMs and I make business that way. Because they're already on there promoting something, so I already know what their likes and dislikes are. So I already did all my study kind of about them.
Well,
I learned about them. Yeah. And then I just slide into their DMs. Hey, like, let me fuck with you. Let's do this. Let's do that. And that's really what I use Instagram for. That's how I get return on investment there.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that I need to post more of my work because it's portfolio based that way. Because I'm using it to slide into people's DMs. So I understand that part. But the likes and the other shit, like that just... I get that you can get you can get money from that way too, and I understand those things. But
it's like a longer term, right? Because so this is the way that me and my crew see it, just so you can understand.
Okay.
Like at least like the 4 or 5 of us that are really deep into it is that you have to get your numbers up as far as followers, right? Because once you hit 10K or some special number,
like opens up
you can do a bunch of other things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of ways to do that is to get your content seen by people.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the ways that we have figured out to do that is using these groups, right? And so for us, it's been working because we're trying to hit a goal to monetize, and along the way, the people in our network who are actually following us are now starting to see, like, we're starting to be more noticeable. They're like, oh, these people are actually, and it builds like this weird sense of, I don't want to say credibility, but like more like just like a familiarity where people are like, oh yeah, I actually see your stuff coming up on my feed because you're beating the algorithm. So that means people must be liking your stuff, but also now I'm starting to see more without having to slide into their DMs, right? We're kind of like generating like a pool for this larger audience that eventually one day will, so that when we have album releases or shows or new music videos where we're going to YouTube where we can monetize, right? Now we have this audience where people are. But it's just a difference in what we're trying to do, and I respect your comments and the way you go about it, and I think this is just one of those, like, it's not a one size fit all world out there,
No.
like, even though you try to make your clothes as much as possible.
I mean, you know what it is? I just I haven't gotten to the place financially where I can really just put all my eggs into Instagram yet. And so I feel like if I'm going to do something like that, then I need to do it right and I need to come correct.
Right.
And so I need to, for me personally, as my brand and as like somebody that wants to keep quality and cares about those things.
Right.
I don't want to grow where I'm having to let go of quality in order to keep up.
I feel it.
And that's just with me because I care about sustainability more than I care about having like gross margin. And when I mean gross, like I actually mean like gross. Like that's disgusting that you have so much money.
Are you a rapper? That was good. So you lost your space, right?
Yes. Our landlord lived in the back, and she didn't think that we were a good fit for her space because we were, doing a little bit more shows, having a little bit more people in there. The shop next to us had a lot of people coming in and out as well, and they played a lot of music too. So we left in January. They're supposed to be leaving in March, but these are just things that the landlord told me, so I don't know what's what, except for we didn't get a new lease on there. Yeah. But which is a good thing because I can take back my workload and the designers that, are still on board with me. I can push all of my resources into that. And it's easier to focus on a little bit of things, make them really, really good. Quality again, quality over quantity for me every single time. With men, with clothes, with everything.
I like how you just slid in with men.
Quality over quantity.
For sure.
Definitely.
Well, we have a couple more minutes left. We have 10 more minutes left. Let's manifest. What are the goals? What are the visions? Where do you want to be in?
I love that.
Where do you want to be in a year, 6 months, 5 years? Where are you going back to another space? Are you gonna try doing the pop-up online life? What do you think? What's in store for Shanti Creative and Kaycee Apparel?
Okay, so
And then tell people where they can find you and all that good. Instagram. Your phone just died, but when you get it back on, you can follow peeps on Instagram or whatever social platforms you're using these days.
Definitely. Okay, so future goals. Definitely make more clothes. I am wanting to work with a lot more musicians, so that's something that I'm starting to do. We are bringing out new merchandise, so I am actually producing for some of my designers as well. We just really want to establish our brands as like who they are. And these women that are designing and that I'm representing, they're going through this beautiful journey. We all are. And honestly, I see festivals in our future for sure. I see the trade shows. I want to do at least agenda this coming year. I want to go to Colombia and go to Medellin and go to Colombia Moda and showcase there as well. We're manifesting, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Big. Go big, girl. Go big if you want.
I see myself traveling at least.
Gonna go to Australia? Gonna visit?
Yes, definitely. I want to go to Australia and I want to save the koalas and I want to make T-shirts that can go into a fund for getting condoms for koalas because it's
STDs,
like 93% of koalas have chlamydia. Like that is the saddest thing I've ever heard in my life. So,
they all got chlamydia because they fuck like assholes. Oh man, pobrecitos.
So we're gonna do T-shirts for condoms for koalas in the future.
But you said you have some new merch coming out right now.
We do.
What? Can you tell us? Can you tease us? Anything you want to let us know about?
Yes, actually, I'm working with one of your friends. Street Rebirth is...
Oh, what? Smurf! What? I don't know. Heard it here first. I didn't even know about that. You're sneaky, sneaky Smurf. Sneaky, sneaky.
We are.
He's a beast.
Yeah, he's gonna print the T-shirts for us.
Direct to garment.
Yes. So Groserona made a collage, like these collage images for a rapper in Medellin, and so she's gonna use the same ones, post them on T-shirts, direct to garment dye. So we're only making what we need. We're not just using
Excess materials.
Yes. Yes.
Stuff that's gonna sit in bins.
Yes, stuff that you have to like wash off and all that stuff. It's nicer. And then I am doing a collaboration. Well, so I took pictures with Nubia Bow back in like June, and I haven't released those because those pictures are just very special to me, and I got into a lot of trouble with my mom for making those, and so those need to be very special.
And now I'm more interested in what your mom was mad about. I'm curious.
That's a good tease. I used her church candles in very inappropriate ways.
Oh,
and so she is not happy. She is not
so
happy.
You're going to hell, right? You're going to hell
yes.
as of now.
Yes.
She's like, that's not what that Jesus candle's for.
No, that's exactly what she
said.
Virgen
de Guadalupe, niña. Oh man, that's good. Okay. Well, I'm teased. That was good. We manifested. Where can they find you? Where are the best apps? Where do you make your money? Where can they buy your clothes? All that good stuff.
So I'm on Depop, and all of my handles are all the same because first of all, I can't remember anything, so I have to make it very easy on myself. So I'm on Instagram as Kaycee Apparel, Twitter Kaycee Apparel, Facebook Kaycee Apparel, Bigo Live Kaycee Apparel. And Poshmark, I'm on there as Shanti Creative.
And Kaycee is Kaycee. Kaycee Apparel.
Yes.
And Shanti is SHN.
It's SHANTI Creative. And Shanti actually means peace. So when you say it 3 times, you invoke the spirit of peace.
Should we
so
do
if
that
you're
right
ever
now?
like super stressed, yeah.
Should
definitely.
we end the show on that? Yeah, you want to lead us? Y'all want to join us in the peace chant? All right.
Okay, so you say it 3 times. You say
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. It's a good way to end. All right, y'all.
Definitely.
Thank you for joining us. I feel super relaxed right
now.
Yeah, it might just be the herb. Thank you for joining us on another episode of Recognition and Respect with your host, SHNEAKY. Thank you for coming and being a guest and dropping knowledge and letting us see into your mind. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you for letting me express myself.
Yeah, anytime. When you have something new and you want to come up and wear it.
You guys are going to be seeing me in here all the time. I'm going to have a whole rack.
Damn, a whole rack, she said.
That too.
Manifest.
University heard it.
All right. We'll be here next week, every week, Monday, 8 to 9 on the west side of the after party. I am going to have Dwayne Colbert in here next week to talk about Shade, the musical. I'll be doing some posts about it. I talked about it on the last episode 2 episodes ago, so check it out. I just uploaded it to the podcast app, and you can watch me ranting here solo, super uncomfortable on YouTube. I like having guests. It's a lot easier to let you talk.
It's a good exchange of energy.
I could just be like sitting here quiet, like, ooh, that's interesting. All right. Well, thank you. I'll see y'all next time. Brittany, take us out. Love y'all. Mwah. Besos, abrazos. Follow us on Instagram.
Chai putas. Oh, my bad.